Do you know, Zenith? If the elbow gets injured, the pain is extreme for one instant. It is intolerable, but it lasts only few seconds. After that, one does not feel anything. There is no wound, no blood, no scar, no pain. That's a very cruel thing to say to anyone. These were the words of Shaista while she was talking to Zenith, but little did she knew that this was going to be her fate. Radhe Radhe to all the Shrees who are watching this video. Welcome back to my channel, Bukeshwari Shri, where we talk about stories that uplift, intrigue and inspire. Today's story is The Stone Slabs for Shaista Mahal, written by the International Booker Prize winner for 2025, Banu Mustaq, for the book The Heartland. This book is a collection of 12 stories originally written in Kannada language from the year 1990 to 2023 according to the description given at the back. These stories exquisitely capture the normal day lives of Muslim women and girls living in southern India. These stories are admired for their dry and gentle humor. All these stories have been originally written in Kannada language and have been translated to English language by Deepa Bhashti, for which she won the English Pen Translates Award 2024. Isn't that nice? So, coming back to the story. This is a story of a normal woman. Her name is Zenith, and she starts with describing her life in a city as the flamboyant apartment buildings stacked like matchboxes to the sky. From the smoke spewing on blaring vehicles that were always moving day and night as if constant movement was the only goal in life. Then from people with no love for one another, no mutual trust, no harmony, no smiles of recognition even. I desperately wanted to be free from such a suffocating environment. So when Mujahid, husband of Zenith, came with the news of his transfer, she was very happy. They both moved to a new place called Krishna Raja Sagar Dam Project, and their life at a new place is quiet and serene, yet Zenith is left alone because apparently her husband is working 28 out of 24 hours, either working on a project or just working in a day. And she feels left out, lonely, until she befriends her neighbor Shaista and Iftikhar Ahmed. Now, Shaista and Iftikhar Ahmed both are quite a couple. They both have an age gap of 10 years. Iftikhar Ahmed is in his 50s and Shaista is a warm and resilient mother of 6 children. One day, Iftikhar Ahmed and Shaista, they both invite Zenith and Mujahid to their house, and during their get together, Iftikhar speaks of his deep love for Shaista, stating, "Zenith Bhabhi, look here, I planted this guava tree for Shaista. Every flower and plant is a favorite of hers. I grew this Anabi Shahi grapes creeper for her. These swings, she likes them very much. Not just this, if I were an emperor, I would have built a palace to put even Taj Mahal to shame and call it Shaista Mahal." For some reason, I just love saying Shaista Mahal. Shaista Mahal. Coming back to the story, after this, Shaista gave birth to her seventh child, and during this time, Zeenat receives a telegram stating that her mother is not well, and soon after that, her mother passes away. After a month of mourning, both Zeenat and Mujahid, they decided to visit Shaista and give both the child and Shaista their blessings and gifts, only to discover a new bride, a new young bride in the house. Zeenat is devastated to know that Shaista died soon after childbirth, and Iftikhar had remarried just after her 40th day Fatiha so that someone could take care of the children. Heartbroken, Zeenat reflects on the irony of Iftikhar's promises of eternal love, stating, Iftikhar bhai, no matter what you do, it is alright, but do not repeat the declarations of love you made to Shaista with her. It is okay if you do not get a Shaista Mahal built or make arrangements for stone slabs to be put all around her grave. But if your eternal and intense love reaches her where she is and she were to wake up and come back, you will be in great trouble. So, there are many instances that I would like to throw some light on. First one is the contrast that the writer has shown from one of the scenes where Shaista visit Zeenat, and they are both talking, and Zeenat describes Shaista as Shaista wearing a peacock colored sari and a few jewelry, was looking specially beautiful. Now, in the ending scene, when Zeenat visits Shaista's house and discovers that there was someone else, this is how the scene goes. Inside the room, the woman standing by the dim light of red lamp wearing a peacock blue sari was definitely not Shaista. That woman, who did not look more than 18 years old, who stood with her head bent, wearing new mehndi on her hands and legs, a full veil on her head, and adorned with green and red bangles on both her arms, was definitely not Shaista. So here is the contrast that the author is talking about. Earlier, Shaista was wearing that sari, and how easily Shaista got replaced, and now someone else is wearing her clothes. Now, there is one more instance that I started this video with. A tiny smile flashed across Shaista's face. She sprang up and said, "Yes, my grandmother used to say that when a wife dies, it's like an elbow injury for the husband. Do you know, Zeenat, if the elbow gets injured, the pain is extreme for one moment and it is intolerable. But it lasts only few seconds, and after that one does not feel anything. There is no wound, no scar, no blood, no pain." And why they are talking about this is because before this, Mujahid was sharing his thoughts, and here it goes. Bhai, if your mother dies, it is the death of your mother's love too. You will not get that kind of love from anyone else. But if the wife dies, it is a different matter because one can get another wife. So here, Zeenat, Shaista, Mujahid and Iftikhar all are sitting together and having a discussion when Iftikhar was sharing his feelings towards Shaista. And in this whole scene, Zeenat is thinking to herself, I did not like where this conversation was going. And she was shocked because of whatever Mujahid says about how easily the women can be replaced. This is the instance where they talk about Asifa. Oh, it is enough to have sufficient earnings. My sweet Asifa has had to say goodbye to her studies because of me. Do you know how much that pains me? And here Iftikhar is sharing his thoughts, and this is something which is a bit sad to know. It is not like that. I made her stop studying because girls do not need much education. A high school certificate is enough. There is no need for her to roam around in Mysore for college. We can get her married off next year, replied Iftikhar. These are all the moments, and there are many more that I wanted to discuss, but these were the one that were more striking. Let me know what other books should I cover in the next video. Till then, Radhe Radhe.